Hey, Puppy Trades! I wanted to do a video analysis update on Dogecoin. Yes, Dogecoin and Shiba Inu coin appeared on one of my fundamental screens today. So I got, just to be clear, I believe that I've been sent a coded message by a group called the Illuminati, and that I am aware of these codes that they have, whether I'm in this group or not. I'm just aware that they have this coded signaling that they do, and I've learned it. It's really easy to understand. And so you've also probably seen I've posted about Dogecoin a lot. I posted about Dogecoin and Shiba Inu a lot recently. They're some of my most recent posts. And so you guys have seen the hard work I've actually done with Elliott wave theory to make the prediction, the bull call about Dogecoin. You can go search that. My most recent post, really. You can do a little bit of scrolling, see what I have to say about Dogecoin from an Elliott wave perspective. But it appeared on one of my fundamental screens today. A very similar fundamental screen that I talked about in my most recent video with B. Riley Financial. A very similar fundamental screen that I talked about with Dover Corporation, and a very similar fundamental screen that I talked about with the stock price of Eastman Kodak. Okay? And so you may have heard a very famous adage in trading and investing called buy the blood, even when the blood is your own. That's a quote from Baron Rothschild. Buy the blood. A lot of people think that he's referring to stock market blood when we see a bloodbath, right? It's red. All the tickers are red. That's when you buy, right? The VIX spikes to 20. The VIX spikes to 25, 30 around the time of a quarterly expiration. Buy the blood, right? That's all that phrase means. No, that's not all that phrase means. You may have heard of this idea that a group called the Illuminati is active in that they control politicians and celebrities. What this video is going to do very simply is just show you how a humiliation ritual is done and prove that humiliation rituals exist. Humiliation rituals, this was also a ritual sacrifice. So this was a ritual sacrifice of a dog. It was a puppy, actually, a 14-month-old puppy. The ritual sacrifice of that. And notice this picture that they use, April 14th, for the 14-month-old puppy that gets, sacrificed a year later. Anyway, they compare her to Richard Nixon. You probably haven't heard, but you can see. Kristi Noem is the governor of South Dakota, and she may have been Donald Trump's vice president running mate if she hadn't made a very odd mistake. She didn't just say something dumb, no gaffe. She wrote a book. She full out wrote a book that an editor and a publisher saw, and presumably people in her PR team saw and read through. And that book said something that all politicians love bragging about, especially to conservative voters, I guess anyone really, that they killed a puppy. Yeah, what a great thing to brag about in a book. A book your editor reads, a book that your PR team reads, your campaign manager reads. Yeah, let's brag about killing a dog. So that's why Kristi Noem is trending. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I know people actually really care about dogs. So I'm going to prove that a puppy was sacrificed. I'm going to prove that Kristi Noem is participating in a humiliation ritual in a group called whatever you want to call it. I believe it's called the Illuminati. I believe that it's more accurately referred to today as the Jesuit Order. And I define the group really as the highest levels of really the three main Judeo-Christian religions and all world religions, I guess, at the very, very, very top. That's the top of the pyramid, at least here on Earth. And I believe that I'm going to prove in this video that a dog was ritually sacrificed, and that the governor of South Carolina has a handler. She's in a cult. Probably the governor of South Carolina too, the governor of South Dakota. So let's just look at what happened. In 2024, Kristi Noem, a strong contender to be named running mate to Donald Trump, the presumptive Republican nominee, has managed to go one further by admitting killing a dog of her own. Cricket was a wire hair pointer about 14 months old, the South Dakota governor writes in a new book, adding that the dog, a female, had an aggressive personality and needed to be trained to be used for hunting pheasant. I'm just going to go throw that in. Hunting pheasant. We'll see. And the aggressive personality. Anytime they put something in quotes, go throw that in. But I'm gonna try to, if these aren't big matches, I'm just gonna try to focus on what I already had to make this. Oh, there. I mean, good lord. You're gonna see that 104 number pop up a lot. That 104 number is gonna pop up a lot. You may know what 104-10-4 refers to. You may have remembered a special event we had on October 4th of last year, and you may, of course, know the code 10-4-10-4. It means message received, and that 104 was a match with Jeffrey Dahmer with veneers and Governor Kristi Noem, which we'll get into later. But anyway, yeah, you're going to see that 10-4 a lot. Did something happen on October 4th last year? 10-4. Message received. I got it. And they're getting this message. Cricket was a wire hair pointer about 14 months old, had an aggressive personality, so we killed it. We killed a 14-month-old puppy. What unfolds over the next few pages shows how that effort went very wrong indeed, and remarkably, how Cricket was not the only domestic animal chose to kill one day in hunting season. Noam's book, No Going Back, The Truth on What's Wrong with Politics and How We Move Forward, will be published in the U.S. next month. The Guardian obtained a copy. Like other aspirants to be Trump's second vice president who have ventured into print, Noam offers readers a mixture of autobiography, policy prescriptions, and political invective aimed at Democrats and other enemies, all in a raw material for speeches on the campaign stump. She includes her story about the ill-fated Cricket. She says to illustrate her willingness in politics as well as in South Dakota life to do anything difficult, messy, and ugly. Yikes. That's going to be we'll probably see a match there. Yep. Yeah. 114, April 11th. We'll see if anything happened on April 11th in the news. Anyway, let's just get to what I already have. Yeah, she took Cricket on a pheasant hunt with older dogs. Noam says she hoped to calm the young dog down and begin to teach it how to behave. Unfortunately, Cricket ruined the hunt, going out of her mind with excitement, chasing all those birds and having the time of her life. So a puppy was playing and having fun in nature. Noam describes calling Cricket, then used an electronic collar to attempt to bring her under control. Oh man, there's an interesting detail. Yeah, electronic collars. Do you think they got something like that for humans? I'm sure they don't. Yeah, bringing the unruly Cricket under your control with an electronic collar. Research neuroweapons, by the way. You may remember that neurostrike is a gematria anagram with coronavirus. So make sure you research neuroweapons. I think there's a lot more to that You know, that 5G conspiracy theory that came out of nowhere. All the conspiracy theorists apparently came up with the 5G conspiracy theory, but all the mainstream media outlets were reporting on it. That's interesting. Anyway, yeah. You know, Cricket escaped Noam's truck and attacked the family chickens, grabbing one chicken at a time. Are they chicken stalks? Anyway, at a time, crunching it to death with one bite, then dropping it to attack another. Cricket, the untrainable dog. That's probably a title. Anyway, Cricket, the untrainable dog, Noam writes, behaved like a trained assassin. A trained assassin story. She wants to be Donald Trump's running mate. So they're getting the trained assassin story and a story about Donald Trump's running mate. Oh, and boom. Didn't we just see? What'd I just say? What'd I just say? This was somehow connected to coronavirus. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're letting you know. Research neuroweapons. Anyway. Yeah, they're getting a trained assassin story and a story about Donald Trump's presidential vice president campaign. Anyway, through it all, Noam says, Cricket was the picture of pure joy. They just go on and on and on. It was, at that moment, I hated that dog, Noam writes. Through it all, Noam says, Cricket was the picture of pure joy. And then the very next thing is, I hated that dog. Some bipolar shit. You know, anyway. Kristi Noem's pretty bipolar. I hated that dog, Noam writes. She added that Cricket had proved herself untrainable, dangerous to anyone she came in contact with, and less than worthless as a hunting dog. Damn. I thought men were only loved for their utility. Jesus, I've never been a hunting dog. At that moment, Noam says, I realized I had to put her down. You know, kind of early in the process to kill the investment. Only 14 months. That's how you got to reason with these people. You got to talk about money. Noam, yeah, so she put down a dog. Yeah, everyone's pissed. She put down a dog. Oh, she also killed a goat. Yeah, nothing unusual about that. She killed a pet goat. Ask one of your conspiracy theory friends if the term pet goat has anything to do with it. Or wasn't George Bush reading a book called The Pet Goat? I Pet Goat? To those kids? When they were, what was, the plane must hit steel kite was what they were chanting before the steel beams came down. Anyway. Yeah, The Pet Goat. I Pet Goat Part 2. That's a fun YouTube video to watch. Go ask your conspiracy theorist friends about I Pet Goat 2. And, go read that book George Bush was reading to those kids about how the steel plane must hit the kite. Steel must hit kite when 9/11 happens. Anyway, Noam decides to kill an unnamed pet goat. Litecoin bulls and Camping World bulls will be very interested in that. Noam decided to kill the unnamed goat. The same way oh man, I'm really bullish Litecoin now. I'm really bullish Litecoin and Camping World, reading that. Noam decided to kill the unnamed goat. Just casually sacrificing a goat. Nothing satanic about that. Killing a goat, killing a dog. Yeah. Nothing to see here. Yeah, so she killed some dogs, right? And so she's going through a humiliation ritual. No, pup, you're crazy. On Friday, reaction to news of Noam's description of killing her dog and her goat included satire. The Barack Obama advisor turned podcaster Tommy Vietor called the governor Jeffrey Dahmer with veneers. Yeah, he came up with that himself. Jeffrey Dahmer with veneers. a reference to the famous serial killer and a recent scandal over Noem's cosmetic dentistry treatment. Probably letting us know something about how the neuroweapons technology works. Anyway, but most responses, particularly from dog lovers and people who hunt with dogs, simply express disgust. Rick Wilson of the anti-Trump Lincoln Project called Noem deliberately cruel and trash. Ryan Boose, the Democratic candidate for governor of Montana, said anyone who has ever owned a bird dog knows how disgusting, lazy, and evil this is. Damn. Well, it is pretty evil. Sacrificing a goat, killing a dog. And a lot of people care about dogs. A lot of people care about puppies. So let's see. Let's look at some of the gematria here. Some of these terms. Governor Kristi Noem was called Jeffrey Dahmer with veneers. So that is a double match in gematria. So when you read a tweet that said, hey, Governor Kristi Noem is Jeffrey Dahmer with veneers, you thought that you were reading just some clever joke a guy came up with. No. 10-4, we got the message. Message received. A lot of people quote to the fact that her daughter, really kind of sad, came out and said, hey, where's Cricket? The article definitely says this. Hey, where's Cricket? Kennedy looked around confused. Noem writes of her daughter. Oh, Kennedy. So they got Kennedy and they got trained assassin in a story about Donald Trump's potential running mate. Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to come up later this summer. Kennedy, trained assassin, Donald Trump presidential campaign. Yep. No predictive programming going on here. Yeah. The pet goat. Damn, you guys gotta follow Michael Letts. You guys gotta follow Michael in Truth, man. I tried to tell him. I was like, guys, we gotta stop this. Michael's figured it out. Man. Michael, you need to take a holiday, man. You're so right. Kennedy. Oh, man. Trained assassin. A pet goat. Michael in Truth, god damn. I told them we can't go through with this. I told them. I said, Michael figured it out. Michael figured it out. But I figured out how they do this. Right? So, yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer with veneers. Governor Kristi Noem, double match. Right? The daughter Kennedy says, hey, where's Cricket? In quotes. And look at that. That's a double match with the phrase humiliation ritual. So, I mean, if you really don't think this is a humiliation ritual, I really don't think I can prove it any more than that. The daughter, everyone's pissed that the daughter came in and found out by saying, hey, where's Cricket? And the governor of South Dakota thought it would be a good idea with her whole campaign team, all her PR team, all her editors, to talk about killing a 14-month-old dog. Hey, where's Cricket? Is how the daughter find out, and now she's going through humiliation. Almost like she's in the Illuminati. And that's how she got to power. And she's participating in a predictive programming ritual to talk about trained assassins, association with Donald Trump from the daughter Kennedy, right? The pet goat. She killed her pet goat. Yeah. I'm really bullish Camping World and Litecoin. And I'm really recommending that you follow Michael in Truth, man. That guy figured it out. And Tommy Vietor, he's the Trump aide who does it. He's the perfect Trump aide to do it. Because bipolar Kristi Noem, she says, Noem says, Cricket was the picture of pure joy. And then in quotes, I hated that dog. So I took two phrases that are in quotes to make her look as evil as possible. I Hated That Dog, who was the picture of pure joy. She gets called Jeffrey Dahmer with veneers by Tommy Vietor. Tommy Vietor is a double match with I Hated That Dog. Humiliation Ritual is a double match with Hey, Where's Cricket, which came from her daughter Kennedy. The article mentions a phrase, trained assassin and Kennedy, in a story about Donald Trump's presidential campaign. That's not predictive programming, I'm sure. I'm sure Donald Trump's not going to get shot in the right eye on a golf course in August. I've got your script. I mean, how stupid do you think I am? But yeah, this was a humiliation ritual. They sacrificed that dog, and Donald Trump's going to get part of the script, I should say. Part of the script is that Donald Trump's going to get shot in the head. That's part of the script. It's happening this summer. And I'm bullish Dogecoin. I think this was the call out to let everyone know in the Illuminati and the elites to buy Dogecoin. So if you think this is stupid, go short Dogecoin and have a great weekend.